Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where I'm not sure if this will be included or not because I don't know how much left is there of the game. But yeah, we're in the 5th case of the game, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. We pretty much just beat the game, we just finished the trial, but I had to end the episode. So I'm not really sure how much longer there is. So if you're seeing this, that means that this is the final episode. Finally. If you're not, then that means that hopefully this section is short enough that I could just add it to the last one. Alright, so let's continue on. Alright, so who's saying this? If I may say something on that point. Isn't that... Oh, her. Okay. If I may say something on that point, it's, about the sounds produced by the music box before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all. Oh? What? What are you saying, madam? Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see. So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact. Including your outfit, now that I'm thinking about it. Kind of, with the buttons. And then the line in between them of the cord, maybe. Goodness, madam, an unhealthy level of obsession one feels. But I must say that in my opinion, the sounds produced by those two discs were nothing more than that, a meaningless series of two different tones. What? What? Can that really be? Oh, come on. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Are you guys gonna keep dragging this shit out even though he already admitted everything? It wasn't Morse code after all? Pleh. The pleh is back. My lord, the defense would like to listen to the music box again. Are you out of your nut? How many times do I have to tell you those discs contain ministerial secrets, sunshine? This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government communications. We know McGill did conspire to trade national secrets with our enemies, secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man has admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further. Oh man, a lingering mystery? Dagnabbit. Probably won't get solved until the next case, will it? I mean, the next game. But it's really going to bother me. Actually, okay, so we have that, right? That's, I feel like, is going to be unsolved until the next game, probably. And there's the mystery of, like, okay, here, this case, the 5th case of the game is titled The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story, which I thought they were talking about the Hound of the Baskervilles, right? And there was this whole mystery still about the manuscript and how Susato knew what it was called and all this stuff, which also has not been resolved. So I'm hoping that gets resolved either at the end of this game or in the next case or next game. Um, but now I'm thinking the unspeakable story is a reference to, of course, the government secrets. So yeah, that makes sense. So that's interesting. But I'm like, I really want to know about the whole manuscript thing. So I'm kind of annoyed thinking like, dang it, I have to wait until the next game. Which luckily I don't have to wait too long, but I am going to take a break because I need a break in between games. You know, I can't just go bulldozing right into the next one. But I wonder what Iris is thinking about. Miss Lestrade. Yeah, my lord? That which you have seen today here in this courtroom has been extremely disturbing. Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalogue of depravity. An appalling experience to befall any child. Which, yes, thank you for acknowledging that she is young. Very young. Come on, it ain't nothing I don't see most days in the back slums. I beg your pardon. If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes. Gina. But look, I reckon I've worked something out today. The world ain't fair, but if you want it to change, you gotta start at home. Home. You gotta change how you are yourself. That's good. She learned something today. Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. I eagerly look forward to the born-again Miss Lestrade never gracing my courtroom with her presence again. I have a feeling we'll still be seeing more of her, because the fact that her last name is Lestrade, and the fact that Lestrade is supposed to be a big part of the Sherlock Holmes stories as a detective, I feel like she's still gonna be around. Maybe not as a detective, but as an ally of some sort, maybe? Because actually, let me bring this up now. Sherlock Holmes is known in all of his books and movies and stuff. A lot of them, if they're smart, will incorporate the fact that he usually has a good relationship with the homeless people of his city, and he will actually rely on them. He calls it the homeless network for information. So he will pay them and they'll keep a lookout, or they'll help him find a missing person or whatever, you know? So it would make sense if she serves as that kind of role, like an informant type of person, or, you know, like the leader of the homeless people, or, you know, the people who live in poverty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, with regard to the murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank, proprietor of a pawnbrokery business on Baker Street, I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not guilty. Yay! Confetti! Finally! God, this took forever. And fireworks, which, honestly, we needed that. Oh, she's gonna add to it. Oh, she looks so happy. Yay! That's cute. That was a cute animation. That is all. Court is adjourned. Alright. Should be a little nice wrap up here, and maybe I can add this to the last episode. Oh, what's going on? On a personal note, I must say you surprised me, my far eastern friend. Hey, that's a different way of referring to him. Oh. Despite being on Nipponese, you saw through the pretense to the malice that festered within that Englishman, and at the same time saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. Interesting. A begrudging respect? I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not so very different on the inside. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Ryunosuke, I'm proud of you. And Songi would be proud of you too. You know, I took this case for one very simple reason. To lock swords with you once again here in the courtroom. You did?
When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me of toasting friendship in trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed.
I thought so. Yeah, the way he's super angry and racist. I knew it had to stem from somewhere. So, somebody Japanese betrayed you, huh? Interesting. Methinks that will also come up in the next game.
Through you, I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try to understand.
You can't do that. Just because they're both Japanese doesn't mean that he's anything like your former friend. You mentioned something similar earlier today about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly?
Well, you may ask. And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not.
Ah,
Ooh, mysterious.
yeah, we're totally gonna find out in the next game. Alright, then I'll wait for that day if I must. This is like the Lord of the Rings meme with Frodo. It's like, alright, keep your secrets. Okay, hopefully you won't throw your chalice anymore.
Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Valley, and my retirement from service 5 years ago. It gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose.
Okay, you still gotta destroy it.
So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow, until we meet again.
Interesting. I kind of like him, even though he's a bit of a jerk and a little extra and racist, but he has his reasons, and I feel like there's a path of redemption for him waiting. He's definitely, like an Edgeworth type. He's an edgelord. Alright, April 17th, 5:24 p.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. It's done. It's over at last. But where's Iris disappeared to? Oh. Ah. Congratulations, Gina. I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent. Tsundere, as always. Well, you did what you said, Mr. Naruodo. You believed in me, right up to the end. You're as odd as your name. What's odd about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I? My name is Traditional, okay? Well, at least his first name is, not his last name. No one ever has before, see? Kept a promise, I mean, properly. That's awful. I figured something out today. All my life, growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just 'cause I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when they let you down. Aw. Yes, I think I can understand that. After all, I had a taste of it in that trial 2 months ago. I chose to trust someone and paid for it. That betrayal left a big scar. You know though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do, and your trust is rewarded, there's no better feeling in the world. Aw. I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson. Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat lot of sense to me, though. I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure. For crying out loud, pack it in. Don't make me cry. But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. I mean, sometimes trusting someone else is, you know, alright. Thanks. Aww. Oh, Asogi!
This is the way I see it, Ryunosuke.
I miss him.
A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client.
God, he's so freaking hot. Makes me so mad and sad whenever I see him. Such a waste. This is almost as bad as Danganronpa V3. Why do you always kill the man I love? Why? I act as if I personally lost this character, but still, that's how it feels, okay?
And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
I mean, I felt the same way about Mia, okay? Because Mia's amazing, and it was a shame that what they did, you know? Alas. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma, am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be? Aww. Okay, pardon the interruption. Who is it? Oh, of course. Sherlock, if you're feeling better, I mean, I'm glad, but did you have to go back into being in disguise and be all dramatic about it? Oh, Sherlock. When will you learn?
Pardon the interruption, but what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow?
That voice!
It's too late for that voice now, Mr. Naruhodo. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. Ha ha ha! Yes, it was me all along, I would have said when you finally noticed me. But you people, with your incessant babbling.
You're one to talk, sir.
Mr. Holmes. Ha ha ha! Yes, it was me all along. You see?
Sherlock, why are you like this? The other guy's just like, what the hell? He just, this whole time, what's he thinking? He hasn't reacted other than looking at him, but I'm like, what is he thinking inside? He's like, what the frick? I didn't even know this guy was not my partner. Oh, love it.
I'd assumed you'd been taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape again.
Oh. Which means you're gonna have a dramatic faint again?
I happen to be aware of one or two foibles of the doctor who is tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence.
Oh, so you pretty much blackmailed him into letting you go?
How very above board. But enough of my adventures. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you.
Oh, thank you. Huh. Some great detective you are. Great at being cold as ice, maybe.
Have I irked you in some way, Mr. Straude?
While you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed, some of us have been fighting for our lives. Well, Gina, this wouldn't have been necessary if you hadn't been so suspicious of Sherlock and gone there in the first place.
Ah, well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but, well, have a feel.
Touch him? What? Oh.
Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Holmes? I feel uncomfortable. Don't hit on me in front of this girl, please. And, in some way, I suppose, congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade.
What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted?
Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but... An acquittal in a trial with that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well done, Mr. Holmes. Not alarming in the slightest.
Oh, the raper, you mean? 'Cause anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead anyway, is that it? The very point I was trying to make. As exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGill in fact. Ah, but of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself.
Now you have her worried.
Yeah, well, it don't bother me. Oh, really?
Course not. The way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like him upstairs. Him upstairs? You mean like God? Yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? He knows what people are like on the inside. He won't have got the wrong end of the stick. There are some cows like that bog trotter, what are rotten to the core. At the end of the day, him upstairs makes sure they get what they deserve. Ah, you're talking about karma. Got it. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming lives is another. Come on, we know he didn't kill McGilded. Well, it ain't like the McGildeds of this world. Well, what I ain't like, sorry. So I ain't scared. I got principles, see?
A trait in you which is to be admired, Miss Lestrade.
Oi, just give a rest, alright?
As I was saying, congratulations are in order. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina.
Well, Oh, there's Iris. He fell over. Oh, that man, he's so easy to startle, isn't he?
There you are, Shirley. How long have you been here? Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there.
Oh, Iris, my dear, I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves. They didn't even notice I was there.
Yep.
What happened?
As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room just as a bailiff. But these dolts didn't notice my presence at all. They had no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Would you credit it?
I'm not sure, really.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, Shirley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have.
Oh, burn.
In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's going to land you in trouble one day.
Now he's pouting.
I'll be careful.
Ouch.
Anyway, it's such a shame. I was so hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you?
She's gonna be in trouble, right?
Don't look like I'm gonna be going nowhere for a while.
You heard the judge's patter. I got stuff to make amends for, apparently. All them offences. What was it again? Breaking and entering, taking the bulk trotter stuff, what was in lug, blah blah blah. Yes, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense. And the whole perjury thing. But diving ain't an offense? It's a job, isn't it? No. I don't think so. Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work. I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo? Odo? That's weird. Well, no, but I was never a pickpocket. Well, anyway, I reckon I can make a change. I'm gonna do something for all of them lot like me from the slums. Something that makes a difference for them.
That's a wonderful idea, Ginny. And I'm sure you can do it. What is it?
Oh, she's crying. Nothing.
Miss Gina Lestrade. The prison carriage has arrived, ma'am. Come with me to the rear gate at once.
Right. Well, looks like I'm off then.
Yes, goodbye, Gina. And good luck.
Um, Odo?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Ah!
What was that for?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she has a crush on him now. I don't know what to say, so...
Ah, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Miss Lestrade.
Eh?
On occasions such as this, I would recommend a simple thank you.
Oh.
Oh, yes. It's good advice, Ginny.
Instead of hitting him with a cloud of green smoke.
Right, I see. Well,
Oh.
th thanks, Odo.
Aw. Oh, she looks so cute.
Thank you for everything, what you've done. For believing in me.
Aw.
Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina.
That's so cute. Super cute. Yes. Yes, good. Alright, can we end now? I'm tired.
Well, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again.
I'm sure you will.
Well, well, quite the indomitable pick purse.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition and this trial is all over the front page. Pickpocket's innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful?
You should have shown it to Gina, Iris. She would have been thrilled.
Oh no, how silly of me. Ah, but anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Uh-oh.
Not again.
Well, what do you say, Runo? Shirley?
As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first.
Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news.
And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it?
Let's not go there.
Alright then. Maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall apparently.
Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort. Alright then, what's the bad news?
The huge storm has left the seas very choppy. The channel in particular is awful, so sailings out of Dover have been delayed by a day or more.
Wait, Dover?
That's right, if we head to the station immediately. We may still make it in time to wave Susie off.
Oh. Interesting. Man, this is going to take longer than I thought. So, alright, looks like this is going to be its own episode. Alrighty. Dang it, I wanted to end on a nice even number 80. Oh, well. Such a freaking long game. Of course your ending would take forever.
But, there won't be a train, surely. I couldn't be that lucky.
Who do you think I am, Mr. Nuruhodo?
Mr. Holmes?
I rushed to Victoria Station earlier and made arrangements for a special express because he knew. Ah, always 10 steps ahead, aren't you?
If we hurry now, we should be there in time for dinner. And I know of a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked sole.
Baked soul.
I don't... The great detective does it again. Indeed he does. I happen to be aware of a number of the rail transport director's foibles.
Blackmailing everybody, aren't you?
What? I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. Elementary. Just an idea, but it might be wise to stop manipulating people that way. He's like, never.
Never!
What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria!
Dang, this game. So long. But hey, maybe we'll solve some of our lingering mysteries now that we can talk to Susato. Hey! Alright, April 18th, 5:32 a.m. Port of Dover, Quayside.
That took somewhat longer than I had anticipated.
Must be about to leave now.
Mr. Sato, where are you?
Oh.
Over there, look! Looks like she's reading something.
Hold it!
Mr. Sato, wait! What are you doing?
Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here?
We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to the bad weather, you see.
Oh. Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go?
It went well. She was acquitted.
Oh, she looks happy. That's wonderful. Really wonderful news. Aw, we've missed you. And you helped save the day with the whole, peephole thing.
The book you were about to throw into the sea. It was your encyclopedia of British law, wasn't it?
Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that. I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. So, I was saying my final farewell.
You were saying goodbye to law? You, Susato-san?
Would I be correct in assuming it's because of the peephole, Miss Susato? I deliberately altered the scene of a crime, and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable.
That reminds me. How did you even come to have these, Susie?
On the evening of the incident, Mr. Holmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember.
Oh yes, we had a wonderful time.
Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? To the art of pickpocketing, I mean. So you pickpocketed her?
Oh, that was so much fun. I stole Runo's armband.
Yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me.
Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. You're almost as bad as Phoenix with his badge.
Just like... Wow. They really have a lot unlike these, a lot alike. I said in like. Oh god, I can't talk. Okay, let's keep going. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cat Fleppomat, so I put it up my sleeve.
Really?
And then I rather forgot about it until I found myself in Mr. Windibank's shop with it for later that night. How the hell did that machine stay up your sleeve? I know it's a big sleeve, but come on.
I see.
And then... Ah! Mr. Holmes! Mr. Holmes!
Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. Right.
After Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play on my mind.
Storeroom door, you mean?
Yes, If Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could only be behind that door. And at that moment, the little device that I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know. So, you used the cat flapomat to make the peephole on the door.
As captured in a photographic print of the shop. By one of Shirley's red-handed recorders.
Indeed, it was of the first importance, that point. Precisely when the peephole was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. Though naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing.
But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier. The trial of Magnus McGilded. I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now?
Yeah?
Because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Windibank. Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing. You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime. That's right. But then I realized it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case. What do you mean? Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have to be a way to see beyond the door. Ah.
For which, a peephole would be the very thing.
Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime had been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference.
But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not?
A trap? Is that why she did it?
So, is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even to the police.
You should have told us at least.
I know, and I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong. A criminal offense, even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Holmes. If Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape, the truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan.
She's very smart to think of all that.
She really does think of everything. But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? Yeah.
My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with the crime scene. So Mr. Sato decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone. For your sake, and Miss Lestrade's.
Mr. Sato. The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law.
Oh.
I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant.
No, Susato, no.
Come on, convince her. What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Graydon is the one who lied in the witness stand, using that peephole as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole inconsistency hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. Mr. Sato, what you did saved Gina's life. Yep. Well, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo, you've saved me too from my regrets. Oh. Alright, can we get some answers about, like, the manuscript and stuff?
Well, we must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends in that trial will continue to play on my mind, I'm sure.
Yes!
But the revelation that the music box disc contains secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo.
What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration.
Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was.
Oh, it wasn't?
There was a communications officer among the jury members, you see, a telegraph operator, and she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones.
As one would expect, after all, we are talking about secret government communications. No doubt they were written in cipher to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted.
In cipher, I see. So then we could never have hoped to understand the message anyway.
Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you. Hmm? A? So? Gi? What?
What?
Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny.
Wait, Iris, what did you just say? Holy crap, what?
Oh, I just said asogi.
Oh, what the hell is going on here?
Does that word mean something to you?
Is that why she was quiet? Did she understand the the dots and dashes and stuff? She understood it?
Mean something. Asogi was the name of my best friend.
What?
But how? How do you know that name, Iris?
I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was playing on the music box.
What? So she understood it? How?
She transcribed it on the fly? She really is a genius.
I thought the message probably wouldn't be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. That is, in English at least.
Oh,
It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code, not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use it in their own languages.
oh, I don't believe it. Are you saying?
That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before. But I think it's based on the Iroha pangram, isn't it?
And you mean to say that in Japanese Morse code, the message says Asogi?
Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code.
Iris, would you let me see that?
Mrs. Sato, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code?
You smart people, you. Yes, I spent some time studying it. Because I'm quite sure Morse code will become ever more important for international communications.
Then might I recommend, my dear madam, that you focus your efforts on the English version.
Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please.
Of course.
The mystery deepens. No, it's called the plot thickens. but what can this possibly mean?
Whatever is in that long sequence of supposedly meaningless dots and dashes. It's made the color drain from Susato-san's face.
There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code.
So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications?
I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names.
4 names?
The first is Kei Asogi.
Kazuma Asogi. Why? Why was his name on that disc?
I knew that Kazuma was like, there was like the very mysterious secret that he was keeping from Ryunosuke, right? That he kept like saying he'll tell him later or whatever. And I was dying to know what that was, and I feel like that must be connected to this. That he had like a secret mission, right? And now I'm like, ooh, I'm curious and also concerned about what it could be. The second is A. Shin.
Shin? I don't recognize that name.
The third is T. Greguson. Greguson? Like, holy crap, Tobias Gregson? But it's typical Japanese where they add the the vowels.
Gregson?
Oh, it would seem Tobias Gregson is the third man on the list.
And what's his name doing in a secret government communication as well?
And the last name.
What's the matter, Mr. Sato?
Is it one of us? It's just so strange. So unexpected.
Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense.
The last name is J. Wilson.
Ooh,
Her dad, who we know is already dead? Is this like a list of people who have to get killed or who have to die? Because Wilson is dead. Kazuma is dead. Holy crap. Does that mean that Gregson's in danger? And whoever the Shin person is?
What?
Wilson.
Which is Watson.
John H. Watson. You mean Daddy?
It says only J. Watson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Then, after the four names, it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all four. And that's the end of the message, or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris.
Ooh, boy. I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought that those discs contained Japanese Morse code? Not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names.
It would appear that this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan.
So, Daddy could be in Japan then? Where Susie and Runo come from?
Oof, we still haven't told her that he's dead. Oof.
Oh, well. Huh, no. It's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Watson, and there must be a lots of J's among them.
Professor John H. Watson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. We can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't.
It's gonna come out, and it's gonna be horrible, and I wish you guys had just talked to her about it. Especially Sherlock. Bleh. I'm so tired I can't even talk right.
This is so strange. Somehow, in solving the case of Mr. Windibank's murder today, I feel like I've rolled back a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside.
I think we have no choice. Okay, I guess she has to go. Dang it, we didn't get to ask her about the manuscript. Okay, well, at least we solved some mysteries and created some new ones. What the frick? Oh dear, the ship is going to set sail soon.
Yes, it seems so.
I'll sail on that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in France. Then I'll change into a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. Oh yeah, her dad is really sick. I hope he's okay.
You're really going then, Susie?
We wish you a safe passage, Mrs. Otto.
Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best.
Mrs. Otto, I'd hoped to have you always at my side, to guide me and support me.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world.
oh, that's very cute. I'm quite sure. I'll be back before you know it.
Really, Susie?
Oh, now don't you forget, Iris. I made you a promise I've yet to fulfill.
A promise?
About your manuscript. Yes.
Ah,
Oh yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
They didn't forget! Yay! Oh, Lord.
well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise.
Definitely, Iris. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes,
do you remember the first time we met?
yes, of course. On the SS Burya, when I was dragged out from that wardrobe, still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin with a Susato takedown.
You know very well that I'm talking about after that. It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy. Aww.
Sato.
And my instincts were right. I really want to believe. No. I'm sure that. I'll be back soon. Farewell until then. Aww. It's almost like Phoenix saying goodbye to Maya. Hey, cutscene.
Somehow we seem to have come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Or the first volume, at least. Looking back now, it feels as though fate has led me on this journey.
Oh, the cat.
Fate led me to becoming a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective. I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead. Of course there will.
Trials and tribulations, nice.
But whatever happens, I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around. After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
Oh, that's beautiful. Really pretty. Oh, that's so great. Oh.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, Mr. Holmes. I have some rather awkward news. The railway company has decided to sue over the special express train, apparently.
Uh-oh. Oh, this has to be for him to say objection, just like Phoenix.
Huh?
It caused such a commotion on the line. All the other trains had to wait at stations.
But really, we would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Anyway, I explained everything and how it was all your fault.
What?
Huh?
Sherlock, you a-hole.
I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. But not to worry, my dear fellow. According to Mr. Soto...
You love defending yourself in court.
Huh?
It's alright, I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See?
No, Iris, no! How could you? It too?
Mr. Holmes. Yes? A word, if you don't mind. Why, certainly. Any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow.
Oh yes, I love Bruno's words. I know just the one he'll use here.
Then, I really must say...
Objection!
Yeah. My only issue, I really don't like the way he says objection. It's not good enough compared to Phoenix. Well, maybe it'll improve in the next game. Yay! We did it! I can't believe this episode's almost an hour. Oh my god. Yeah, there's no way I could have added this on to the last episode. Alright.
In the following weeks, hundreds of music boxes arrived at Baker Street from all over Europe. Something was afoot, though it transpired I had ordered them all myself. So I advertised them for sale with "used by Mr. Holmes to solve an something case, and the money I've earned consulting detective work pays a pittance by comparison."
Really, Sherlock? I love the music.
Ah, I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Shirley usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement for some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfasts.
Aw. Poor Irish. Oh, you.
Witness your testimony is riddled with contradictions.
Oh, them. Exactly. Really do rare Koban coins hide under rare stakes themselves?
Well, I don't know, son knows his father's an innocent man, or are you calling my son a liar?
Witnesses, my courtroom is no place for your petty arguments.
I don't remember all the voices I did for all of them, so... Oh, well. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about y'all. It's been so long. Like, damn, it's been over a year. Oh, hey!
Having delivered the Russian dancer to shore in Shanghai, I laid low in the steam shop for a while. But last night I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board. Oh,
I did nothing wrong. All I did was give Wagahai's offspring refuge in my pocket. A man brings some kids on board and suddenly he's a hardened criminal. It's not fair. Seki. Oh lord. These two. I have missed Hosonaga. I hope we see him again. He's cool. Oh, you.
Scientific investigation would be the gold standard for policing in the new age. I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline, like a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in perfect unison.
I still don't like you, sir.
Now, if you excuse me, I have but 2 minutes and 37 seconds until my next appointment.
I don't trust him because I feel like he knew whatever the secret mission Asogi was on. So I feel like he's definitely connected and he might be the big bad.
The latest Rance magazine is out and I'm in it again. Whenever I say that one line she wrote now, I get a standing ovation. Wanna hear it? Huh. Not bad, I suppose, for an amateur.
Glug, glug, glug. I kind of don't trust him still.
Her ladyship puts me to shame.
I mean, the fact that his name was on the list is like, so he's in danger, I think. So I guess we're gonna have to save him, protect him. Ugh, Garadeb.
Been visiting the old girl on a daily basis, of course. Joni, my old jailbird. Must say, battling with those bally stairs every day has done wonders for the dicky peg. Managing rather well with the housework, too. Got this maid business taped up, I'd say. Hope the gossiping neighbors don't realize the man of the house is his own maid.
Well, you had no choice because your wife's in jail, I guess. Because she did unintentionally hurt that woman. Ugh, these two.
My rally is back on the beat again, all thanks to the Reaper.
There's nothing I enjoy more than hunting out small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking out for Londoners. They've dropped halfpennies and something. I don't know. Oh, Pat.
Oh, Raleigh.
Okay, whatever, you two. He's lucky he got to keep his job, but it sounds like a horrible job, honestly. He's always exhausted. Hey, Gina! Looks like I'm gonna be doing time for a bit now. But Iris comes every day for a natter, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about all them cases what Holmes is looking into. Criminal investigations are kind of interesting when you get into them. Hey, maybe she will become a detective someday. That'd be cool. Reminds me a little bit of Emma. Maybe she'll be a forensics person or something. I don't know. Oh, you. Yes, I renounced my upbringing and chose a life of sophisticated crime. But regrets? Please. Give over, bruv. That ain't the Ash we used to know. We got time in here to plan the comeback of Milverton and Skulkin's milk run, right? The three Muska Watsits? Milking the neighborhood for all it's worth. Why are y'all all buddy-buddy with him? He really didn't want anything to do with you, but whatever. He shouldn't be allowed to still wear that fancy outfit in prison. Alright. Aw, Susato. This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I leave you with many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well. Aww. Alright. Nice little office he's got there. Oh, they have a picture! That's so cute! I love it! Aww! Yay! Very cute. I love this game. I hate how long the last case was, but other than that, I love it. Man. Alright, are we done? Oh, Sogi! Breaks my heart to see you. What is this? Oh, more credits. Oh, great voice acting, y'all. Yay! We get to see them walking together. Man, there's some people who got voice lines that I completely forgot. Fan translation, you know, that people did that and people were able to play the game that way, thankfully. Yay! Capcom! Yay! Good job! Everybody posing. Cute. Alright, looking forward to the next one. Fiend. The Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I suppose I should probably change the name of the LP to reflect that. Alright. Oh, that's beautiful. Achievement unlocked. Fleeting farewell. Osagi! I'm so sad to see you. Oh, it breaks my heart. Oh, the feels, the feels. Alright. Well, I guess that's it, you guys. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have. And until next time, have a nice day.